left off having finished the big thing. And we got the little guy to do and some final finishing touches. So it's pretty good. Pretty good. It's probably not going to be as long as last week's. That's fine. I think after this time, we will probably a little bit sick of this guy. As cool as he is. So, I'm going to start off with something a little bit lower intensity, impact, whatever you want to call it. Something a little bit easier. Warm up a little bit on these bells. And then we can work up to working with the inks a little bit later on. They're a little bit more challenging. So the bells have been primed with black spray, same as the rest of the model. Just going over them with Warp Block bronze. I want them to look quite dark as the main colour on metal. That'll contrast nicely. Oh my goodness.
It's Indigolif just resubscribed for 41 months. It signed Excite Artemy Luca Field Mo. It signed Love.
Indy, thank you so much for 41 months. That's amazing. Welcome in. Texas Speak can't do emotes apparently. But welcome in. Thank you so much. That's a really long time. How was your weekend? One bell started. I'm waiting for stream to set. Oh, sorry, Indy. Yeah, it took me a little bit longer than normal to get everything sorted to start stream today. I'm sorry. But it's good that you're here. I appreciate it. That's right. I may have overslept a little bit this morning. Because I went to bed at 2 a.m. So, a little sleepy. And that's my story. I'm going to stick with it. But I really appreciate that. What have you got for dinner? Said you were going for food. For something good. Let's get this one sorted as well while we wait for that first layer to dry. So we're starting off on the bells first, because they're the bits that need the most work, I think. And then we'll move on to this guy, and then we'll do a final pass on everything, and we should be done. So with any luck, it's actually going to be kind of a quick stream today. But we'll see. I also haven't decided what I'm going to be painting next. Mac and cheese with bacon. Ooh, that does sound good. I hope you enjoy it, Indy. Thank you again. 41 months is huge. It is really incredible. I appreciate it. That's one heck of a start to the stream. bread making again later today, so my brain is filled with cooking ideas as usual. It's fun. I like cooking. This guy should be dry enough for me to paint over now. But yeah, today I'm just finishing this guy off. I have other projects that I need to work on. We've spent a lot of time with this one, and it's been a lot of fun, but I feel like I need to try something else. I want to do something a bit more interesting next. And I'm experimenting a little bit with the camera as well. So instead of being ultra zoomed in, I've got a little bit more space. You can kind of see the area a bit more. Yeah, look at other things on the screen while I'm working. I'm still only working with one camera, so I kind of have to make the best with what I got. Can't give you multiple fancy camera angles, sadly. That's the goal, but not yet. Let's get these chains done as well. I like the copper chain look. It works really well with the rest of the colours. So we're going with that. We got the wonderful relaxation movement again. I've been really enjoying the music recently, so that's what I've got on in the background, if you're wondering. Definitely fulfill their end of the bargain. They're definitely good for relaxing, good for just kind of unwinding too. Just a little bit on the top here as well. Can't forget that bit. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a wonderful weekend. I hope everyone's relaxed, enjoying having some time off if you have it. At least having an easy day if you're working. I do know the pain of weekend working. It sucks. But I'm very determined to get this fully finished today, so looking forward to something new coming up. I think possibly not scenery. Leaves me a few choices. I might do a one-off to break things up a little bit, like a one-off character. While I decide, do a full paint over kind of situation. I want to paint something that's been a bit different to what I've painted so far this year. So, I don't know. Something a bit more colourful. Don't know if you kind of more restrictive palettes. I think something a little bit more colourful would be nice. One of the beautiful things about this colour scheme is that it's less than 20 paints. Which, I mean, that doesn't sound like a lot, but for a model of this size, less than 20 paints is actually quite nice to work with. Yeah, I'm not getting 101 paints out. And yeah, I still think it's coming out quite nicely. I'm happy with it so far. Over my fear, the night's getting brisk. Ooh. Starting to turn to winter for you, Indy. We've got the other way. We're starting to get warmer. We're still getting a couple of cold days, but for the most part, it's actually getting warmer and brighter. It's definitely on the way to spring. Which is great, but I need to get a move on with finishing off planting my gardens. Otherwise, they're not going to grow. You got a storm? I hope everything is okay after the storm, Indy. Hope it wasn't too severe. I do love regular old thunderstorms, though. As long as it's not too, like... As long as it's not damaging anyone or anything. I do love thunder and lightning. Oops. I'm going to tidy up any overspill as soon as I'm finished doing these detail bits. rather than worrying about it right now. Minor one. Rain and rumbling sky. Oh, that sounds cozy. I love nights like that. Going on a good book or film. Your cozy blankets. Just kind of enjoy it. I'm a little upset with the bad weather that we had last weekend because it ruined my greenhouse. I had a little like portable plastic greenhouse, and it got completely knocked down and actually got broken because the winds took it down and it got shattered. So I've had to do makeshift stuff for the plants that I could rescue. And then I've got to plan out what I can this week with like little plastic tops until I can find a replacement. But replacements are expensive, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. I was very upset. Very upset with the weather last week. Yeah, I mean, I know it happens, but it's still upsetting because I put in a lot of time. To see it all quite literally get blown away was very disheartening. Yeah, I lost like 4 or 5 plants that I can't replant because I don't have any spare seeds for. That was the bit that I was most upset about. Like, if I've got spare seeds, you know, you can try again. But it had already happened once earlier in the year. I thought I'd fix the issue because I weighed it down and I tied it down and did everything I could, and then we got some crazy heavy winds that no one was expecting, but yeah, it was too strong. And yeah, I'm starting again, basically. It's fine. I saved the potatoes. I saved the potatoes. There's that. It's possible that I'll be able to get plants to replace them. The season end before you can buy more? Maybe, Indie. That's the thing. I'm in a bit of a difficult situation financially. So buying replacements is not something I can easily do right now. It's possible that I'll be able to save up the money to get a replacement greenhouse and all that, but maybe unlikely. At least not until probably June, at which point it's somewhat not necessary. At least it would be too late for a lot of my seedlings, because the seedlings need to be planted out now, basically. So I'm having to try and make do with what I can and see. I'm like cannibalizing old plastic bottles and things like that as temporary greenhouses and, you know, hoping for the best. it's just bad luck. I'm hoping I can get enough going that it doesn't make everything that I did with that worthless, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's just, one of those things that happens. I'm really bad timing with being on medical leave. I've got to prioritize bills and I can't really think about putting money aside for other stuff until June at this point. But anyway, I'm gonna be attempting to plant out some more of my little hobbit garden this weekend. And baking bread and actually just doing general hobbit things. Taking care of the house, baking bread, planting plants. It's a very hobbity kind of weekend. And next week I'm going to be streaming my butt off to try and make up for my financial situation. And, also because I'm off work, so I'm streaming as though it's my day job next week. Which I'm looking forward to, actually. Was I first by Nightbot? Yeah, apparently. Nightbot, are you listening to me? It can't be the same Nightbot constantly takes holidays. Oh yeah. I always find a way to manage. So it should be alright. I just wish there was some, something to protect employers taking more than a certain percentage of your paycheck for sick leave. Because I'm probably going to lose 75% of my paycheck, which is not helpful when, Yeah, when you're sick, the last thing you want to be worrying about is how to pay your bills. But the breaks. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about it. I watched my partner play through the whole of Resident Evil 4, the remake, on hardcore. That was fun. It's a tough game though. I don't think I could play it myself. Yeah, I am definitely not the kind of person who could deal with Resident Evil 4. And I know, I think Hen was playing it this weekend as well. I've seen a few people playing it. It's just difficult. At least on hardcore. Which, you know, I know the clue's in the name, but it's brutally difficult. Well done. So I think I couldn't do Resi 4. Unless you wanted to see me literally rage quit 10 minutes in, it's not gonna happen. Sorry, folks. Although, on the subject of newer games, Dredge looks awesome. That definitely looks like my speed. Very, Sunless Seas, almost? It looks fun. Definitely the kind of vibes that I'm leaning towards these days. Fire extinguisher. Fire no juice. Welcome, Gregs. Fire be gone spray. Flamey no. Oh, has anyone got any games that they're really loving at the moment? I need something to break up the Stardew Valley addiction. Because I've basically been playing that non-stop. Mega Man. Mega Man BN collection on stream? On Switch? That sounds good. I haven't really played Mega Man games though. What have you been liking about them, Mindy? Except for new was a maybe, yeah, if it didn't cost money. I'm just at that point where, you know, something different. I think that's why Dredge is appealing to me. The long dark's been fun to try out again. I don't know if I'll do the full story mode, but we'll see. I really made a mess at this, didn't I? Jeez. I don't know. I'm enjoying Stardew Valley a lot at the moment. I think that's kind of my go-to game at the moment. It's been super relaxing. I like the perfect mix of something to do, but not too taxing. And still interesting. Lord needs more games like that. I've also been maybe considering writing again. I used to write a lot of fiction. Mainly flash fiction, but I've been thinking about maybe attempting a full-length novel. At some stage. I mean, some of the ideas for flash fictions just wouldn't work as a longer novel, but... Didn't have room for big fist and a crate-based inventory. What is that for? In Resi or Dredge? I can imagine James playing both. Dredge. I see. Well, sounds like you got a good sized fish then. So that's something. I like the concept for Dredge. Yeah, just a chill fishing game with a twist. I haven't really looked into it too much more than that. But it definitely looks like the kind of thing that I should be trying out as soon as I can. There's a few games I'm really excited about though. There's Derelict, there's Raker. Above Ground. There's another one. All really cool looking games. Like a Marlin with a Rev Sapper coloring. Cool. That just sounds pretty. The Marlin cross with a red snapper must be gigantic. Those are not small fish from what I remember. Oh yeah, Jedi Survivor as well. I'm looking forward to that game. Again, because my partner quite often plays through games like that with me sat on the sofa beside him. Um, so I still get to experience the games even if I'm not playing them. And we quite often work together on like the puzzles and stuff like that. Or we help like I help look for collectibles or whatever. It's just nice, especially when I quite often don't have the energy to play those games. But I don't want to miss out on them. So I think my partner's looking at probably getting Jedi Survivor. Oh, that looks good. I know that Jedi Survivor is gonna take over Twitch for a little while. Like the last one did. There's a lot of hype around it. Just want some of this patchiness to settle down a little bit. I mean, a little bit, but there was a lot of patchiness there. Hey, Win, welcome in. I saw your Stardew Valley post. Was it yesterday? I don't know what you've got to have such a cute starting house, but it was so cute. It's so pretty. I love the like the look of your interior. Also, hi, how are you? hope you're well. You mudded the shit out of it. Good. Honestly, I've been really loving Stardew Expanded, but I'm looking at maybe getting some more visual mods for it. Don't get me wrong, Stardew Valley Vanilla is great, but Stardew Valley it's like, oh my goodness, excuse me, it's like Skyrim. It makes a great game even better when you mod it. Apparently, I had a frog in my throat. Good grief. Less of mine? Sure, for the visuals, definitely. I love the look of your farm. It's so pretty. Excuse me. There we go. My voice is back. I can speak. It was lovely. It was really nice to see. I'm loving Expanded. It's actually motivating me to do more Stardew Valley stuff. Strong temptation to become a full-time Stardew Valley streamer over here, to be honest. I don't know how many people would be interested in that, but I'd love to do that full-time. I'd love to try a co-op farm at some point as well, but yeah, Stardew is just so spot on as a game. I feel like I don't do it justice when I stream, but I think it's probably a me thing than anything else. I need to watch more Stardew Valley streamers. See how they do it. That's all this? Okay. Are they on UK times then? Are they Oh, I did not know that. Cozy vibes, I'm sold. Cozy vibes and I'm sold. Honestly, don't get me wrong, I love my friends. I love watching them stream, and I have nothing against anyone who I watch currently. But I need to watch more streamers who have similar kind of cozy vibe type things going on, because I need to learn how they do it and how they make the most of it. There's a few people already that I'm learning from, but I need to learn from more so I can understand More low-key streams? Yeah, exactly, exactly. I definitely prefer streaming more low-key streams. I don't mind the occasional, like, super hype, fun time situations. But I'm definitely all about the comfy cozy times these days. Nexus mods? There are a few Final Fantasy themed ones. I did notice that. You know, I'm really enjoying modded Stardew. I'm definitely gonna look into some more for it soon. That's one of the things that I'm going to be doing in the next week or so, is just watching some more streamers who do similar games to me, rather than you know, rather than what the majority are doing. I think I might do a big study stream next week. Like maybe get all the way through to the current year that we're on, our current playthrough. I'm thinking I also might do a full playthrough of a shorter game. Kind of like I did on Firewatch. Plans. Stardew. Yeah, that's the only downside to Stardew Expanded, is it does require quite a few mods underneath it to support it. But I've got Vortex, which is the mod manager for Nexus, and it does a really good job of kind of sorting it out for you and explaining it. As long as you've got SM API, it should be fine.
Thestian just resubscribed for 68 months. One off the funny number.
One of the funny number. 68 months. Damn. Welcome with us. Thank you so much for the resub. So close. So close. How's it going? 68 months is huge. I didn't even realize I've been streaming that long. Good. Oh, you're about to start raid? Fair enough. I'm doing alright, thank you. I'm doing alright. I've been talking about Stardew mods. I'm threatening to become a full-time Stardew streamer, basically. Watch me get even comfier on stream. don't blame you wanting to finish on ESA. It sounded like you're on a bit of a roll with it. Any new ones? Well, we've Wynn's got some really cool visual mods, and I'm thinking I might need to try out some of these Final Fantasy ones as well. See how those turn out. But at this rate, I'm going to need to stream 5 days a week just with different playthroughs. Yeah, Mondays we do Expanded, Tuesdays we do Eosa. That kind of a thing. There's a ton of them out there. Become the comfiest streamer you ever did see. Yeah, Final Fantasy mods for Stardew. I'm kind of curious about them. I didn't go with them right away because I wanted to try out Expanded for a bit first. I'm thinking I might take another look at them in the next week or so and see. I'm not sure how much, if any, gameplay-wise it changes. It might just be a visual mod. Yeah, there's a ton. There's a load of like anime portraits for people and things like that as well. I'll have a look. I might have a poke about later today and see. I'm planning a long Stardew stream next week. At least one more one. Might be more. Is there a Star Wars one? Honestly, I would play that. I would play that first. 8 days a week, Jinxie streams. I wish, Indie. If I didn't have a day job, like I would probably stream 6 days a week. Oh, thank you, Wynn. Thank you. I will definitely be making use of both of those screenshots. You can expect a message back once I've taken a look, basically going on about how cute everything is. No, I would totally play a Stardew Star Wars. Stardew Wars mod. Who knows mod makers? We need to get on this. I'm excited. And I definitely need to see more cozy streamers. And understand how they make it work. Because definitely think that cozy streaming is my niche. I'm also thinking I might open up my side project Instagram a bit more. I think I've mentioned it on stream before, but I've had a side project going on for quite a while, which is a very heavy ecology focus. And just the Instagram's just covered with nature shots basically and food. I might be in a position to share it soon. It's been fun. I feel like sharing it might encourage me to actually post more regularly there. Hey, Bunch, welcome in. Good to see you. I hope you're having a good weekend. Excuse me. Yeah, it's been a lot of baking shots and gardening shots over there recently. But I'm terrible at remembering to upload. You're not at work for a change. Yay! That's good to hear. Weekend shifts are the absolute worst. Alright, well that dries up a little. Just gonna do a quick once over on some of these bits. No, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad you're off work. I hope you're relaxing. I hope you're not doing too much with your free time. You deserve it. Aw, you're not ready to have to get up. It sucks. I know the feeling. I'm not getting up early, but I'm getting up sensible times rather than staying in and sleeping as long as I want. Just silly. I'm already dreading going back to work, and I've still got another like week and a bit off. But you're back to here. It's nice. PAX. I'm happy for everyone who's going to PAX. I'm just sad I couldn't go myself this year. And unfortunately, the commute's a little bit too much for me. Does that work till midday tomorrow as well? That is awesome. That sounds fantastic. I'm happy for you, Bunch. You deserve it. You deserve a good, solid weekend off. Isn't quite a just walk. I think my feet might get a bit wet. I'm saving up for 2025. That'll be my next one, I think. Shoot. I need to learn to put my brush down when I do those. Nice. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm happy for everyone who is going this year. Hex is a great experience. And an absolute blast in 2019. Life and I are making a whole week of it. Oh, that sounds so nice. Well, hopefully it will be a regular thing. Hopefully you'll be there in 2025. Definitely feel like I owe you a drink or something. I think 2025 it's just going to be me. But hopefully in the future I'll be able to convince my partner to make the trip. I'm excited for you, Bunch. Is this your first PAX then? Or at least your first PAX with your wife? Sorry for the quiet, folks. I'm just concentrating a little bit. Trying to get this right. Oh my goodness. Nearly jumped then. Reserving tickets about. Nice. Aquario, welcome in. Hey. Good to see you. Thank you so much for the raid. Give you a shout out. I was watching you before. Thank you, Des. Quicker than me. I was watching you play Darkest Dungeon. I hope you have fun with your stream. Thank you so much for bringing your community over. I do appreciate it very much. You played Darkest Dungeon before because you were really good at it. It looked like you knew what you were doing. But yeah, for those who don't know me, my name is Jinxie. I'm a variety streamer from the UK. I stream mainly comfy games like Stardew Valley and mini painting like this. Welcome in. Feel free to lurk or chat as you wish. And there's also closed captions if you prefer. So feel free to switch those on just in the corner of your player. Welcome in. And thank you again, Aquaria, for bringing everyone over. I appreciate it. You didn't have to. It's gonna be there again. Nice. Aww. Say hi to everyone from me, Bunch. Never played it that much? Oh, okay. You were doing really well with it when I popped in earlier. That's cool. I didn't realize there was a board game version. I'll have to check that out. Thank you, Bunch. You're too sweet. Okay. There's a couple of really nice places to eat in Melbourne, Indy. It's a really, generally speaking, it's just a really good city for food. Like, it's internationally known as a good eating spot. So I'm sure you'll find plenty of really good places. On the Kickstarter, I see. I'll have to see if I can find a copy. I love the artwork for Darkest Dungeon. The art style in general is gorgeous. But I am very, very bad at it. I am very bad at that game. I've not played it much, admittedly, but I am terrible. It was one of those games that I bought purely because I loved the art. But I hope you had a good time. I hope you had a good time with it. That's the important thing. Just don't bother with the casino. I think I only walked through the casino. Just out of curiosity. More than anything. That building is huge. It's crazy. Here, like, gambling places are always kind of tiny, pokey, out of the way kind of places. Like, they're the kind of places that the city doesn't want to admit exists more than anything. Really is so cool, Aquaria. I wish I could get mods for other games that made it look like that sort of art style. So then I can enjoy the art style and not feel terrible about how bad I am at the game. It's like Hades as well. It's got a gorgeous art style. It's kind of quite similar. Again, really gorgeous. And incidentally, another game I'm terrible at. Sharing the casino on Friday? Oh. Jacked up the prices. Terrible food. That's terrible. That's just not a good combination. Yeah, if you're gonna jack up the price of food, like at least make it worth the price increase. You make it good food. Okay. Quality pub meals with good pricing. Pub grub's the best. I'm a big fan of pub grub. And it's one of the few kinds of foods that the UK does really well. So I like cooking pub grub. Basically Hobbit food, let's face it. Did I ever first cars genuinely mind blowing? I don't think I got over there. We went to Molyneux. We were at Bra House quite a few times. I want to eat out at more places next time I go over. I think pretty much everyone here knows that I love my food. Molyneux was pretty good food, actually. Never had anything quite like it before. It's definitely a fun experience. And the first night. Oh, Vietnamese. Cool. Something you announced in a nice coffee. Sounds amazing. I definitely love to try Vietnamese food. I've never had it before. And it's not something you can easily cook here because we don't really have the right ingredients available. Even just something like a simple pho would be really cool. That one, yeah. That's basically how I am with a lot of foods, though. Like India, if I don't speak the language, I'm kind of like that one, please. Assuming, of course, it's not an English-speaking restaurant. Almost comfy with raw food. Oh my goodness, that sounds so good. I want to try it. That's going on the list for places to try when I next visit. Is that in the center then, or is it a little bit further out? This guy's decent shot out to the west. Okay. Good to know. Because I don't drive, so I'd be sort of public transport or foot trying to get to places. But food that is that good definitely sounds like it's worth the trip. Well, who knows? By then I might have my license. It's definitely on the list for me to do. Once we get round to it. Minute ride? Oh, easy peasy. That's not too bad. Definitely doable. We're getting there with this. Actually, longer back on. Oh, fair enough. I was quite impressed with the public transport in Melbourne. Um, I thought it was really good. And this is coming from someone who lives in a city well known in the UK for how good their public transport is. I thought it was really good in Melbourne. Definitely should have made more use of it. And the fact that you didn't have to take out a mortgage to take a train ride was also a nice novelty. West Australia's that's the ship. Good to know. Yeah, the CPD zone was really cool. Like having the basically the Mikey card cover everything within, well, basically within where I was staying. Like honestly, I wish I'd stayed closer to the CBD. But that's something to remember for next time. I think I still have my Mikey card on my Google Wallet as well. It's got like 79 cents on it or something like that. Really have our Galaxy Brain System? Yes. Oh, have you guys got those e-scooters as well? We have them here. They're terrible. And they're a rip-off. They're so expensive. I'm genuinely considering, you know, there have been some people joking about bribing some of the local teens to throw them in the Trent. In the river. Which I completely do not condone. But would also not be sad if it happened. Every single footpath. Yeah, yeah, it's exactly the same as here. With the same problem. It's terrible. Especially as someone who quite often needs a crutch to get around. Dude, seriously. Stop turning my walk to the shops into an obstacle course. And hello. Welcome in. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a comfy weekend. Schnitzel and garlic bread lunch. Sounds good to me, Andy. I like schnitzel. I like garlic bread. Brush biting the dust. Maybe an early brekkie. Oh, yes. I need to get me some more of that Melbourne coffee. Like, even your guys' instant is better. And comfy. Oh, glad to hear it, Hen. Yes, I've had a really chill weekend for once. Probably because I'm not working. Okay. Fraggy nutters. Oh, and I'd love to have you back with me when I go in 2025. It won't be the same without you. I'd love to meet you too, Wendy. I want to meet everyone. I may be firmly in the introvert camp, but being so far away from everyone, not the best thing. This track reminds me so much of mining and Stardew. In a good way. Like, I mean that as a compliment. Hugs. Yes. All the hugs. Big bear hugs. I just miss everyone. That's all. It's been 4 years nearly already. I have to wait another 2 before I can get a hug off some of my favorite people in the world, so it's already too long. I'm just going to use the time to, work on being the best possible version of myself when I do get there. His favorite people. I think you all know who you are. I'm very, very lucky to have a very large number of excellent people in my life. You still live too damn far away. Okay. There we go. One down. Indy, you should know that you're one of my favorite people. You've been here one of the longest. You wouldn't have that VIP badge for nothing. Okay. We got the bells. I think they're done. Okay, it doesn't show up on that, so. Thank you for the posture check and the hydrate. I appreciate it. It's a good stopping point to make sure everyone is sitting comfortably. Don't forget to stretch, relax your shoulders. Take a break from the screen if you need it. Rest your eyes. And grab yourself a tasty beverage. I'll admit, I'm drinking Monster again today. I was up till 2 a.m. in my defense. I'm trying to give it up, but it's slow. It's a slow process. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking technical paint called Typhus Corrosion. It's kind of like a dark, gritty, grimy kind of paint. Kind of dabbling it around the joins. Kind of trying to make it look like it's a bit leaky. Yeah, it's coming apart at the seams a little. I got a guy hitting Gundam. He's using a fountain pen. Oh, that's a good idea. I like that. Oh, that is such a good idea. I need to get myself a fountain pen. I just use brushes. So everything you see is just various brushes of different sizes. That is a really good idea. I'm using this paint to kind of layer on the grime, basically. It has two effects. It obviously darkens the area, but this grittiness that kind of comes across on it is so nice for just making something look really messed up. And it works lovely on weathering silvers as well. You can see it all on there. Now it's dried. Makes silvers look more rusted. Oh, I need to find it. I need to find it. I'm not on TikTok. I don't plan on ever joining TikTok, to be honest. I don't really trust it. But maybe we have an Instagram. Okay. So I'll let that settle up a little bit. You can see it. Coming back to the big guy. Again, same paint. Typhus Corrosion. Actually going to put some of the brown I'm using for rust. There is a rust technical paint, but I find it too bright for my models and the way I paint. So I prefer using a different paint. And it's less orange and more brown that way. So you can either leave it just with the layer of brown or add washes, or in my case, like I'm doing now, Typhus Corrosion. Kind of darken it up and make it look more part of your model depending on how the overall model is being painted. I'm going for quite a heavily corroded look, so lots of Typhus Corrosion. The filming it clicks more important than the truth. It's true. Yeah. I mean, I trust that using a fountain pen would work because I've seen similar techniques um, for painting. So I think that would work. I've just never thought to do it myself. Hey Mango, welcome in. Good to see you. I hope you're having a good weekend. Okay. Suddenly, they're not standing out so brightly anymore. I'm really happy with how this is coming on. It's been a while since I've put this much into one model. And honestly, I'm super satisfied with how it is turning out. Actual cybersecurity? Way more scared of Twitter and Facebook? Yeah. No, I get it. Um, Honestly, there's kind of two things. One, I don't trust it. I don't trust the app. I don't trust um like the algorithm. I don't like a lot of the stories that I've heard coming out about it. I'm highly suspicious of the app itself. But also, I just simply do not have the energy for yet another social media platform. Like, I'm saturated with social media right now. I don't want to invite any more of that into my life. So for an app that I don't fully trust, I'm not taking that plunge just yet. I don't doubt that Facebook and all that jazz are probably way more dangerous than TikTok. I still can't believe that I was made to make a Facebook account as part of my school project when I was about 13. I doubt that would happen these days. TikTok's yeah. That's the other thing. I don't have time for TikTok. Everyone I speak to is like, "Oh my god, I spend so many hours on it." I'm like, I don't have that time. I have shit to do. Into the algorithm. Yeah, it is a really short feedback loop. I don't know, just something about it makes me incredibly uneasy. Maybe it's just the uncanny valley of a highly optimized social media platform, but something makes me really uneasy about it. Yeah. Yeah. It was a joke of a platform back then, but we, you know, should have seen the warning signs in retrospect. I think a lot of us were still a lot more naive about I don't want to say the human condition because it's not that. About how people would be on social media, I guess. It still blows my mind though. And it's like, I can't imagine anyone being okay with that these days. Yeah, let's just put your child on this platform. No, we're not gonna. What do you mean, safeguard? It's social media. It's for funsies. There's no danger, right, kids? Take 1 2 clips, hundreds of clips later. Oh my goodness. I can't do that to myself. I can't. I have things to do. Because I can fully see myself getting completely hooked on it too, which is the scary thing. Like, I don't trust this platform. I don't really want to engage in it, but I can totally see myself getting addicted to it. I don't know. Social media is too scary these days. I'm glad I don't have kids to worry about with that. I don't envy having to navigate that. Oh yeah, using kids for content's creepy as well. That's a whole different ball game. Why? Although I think part of that is a naivety about, the dangers again. It's like, oh, it's just cute, isn't it? Like, yeah, okay, sure. I'm sure you think your kid is very cute. I'm sure, you know, the guy that you would tell them to give a wide berth to the grocery store also thinks they're very cute, if you catch my drift. And I really hope you do, because I'm not going to elaborate on it. And I know there's a certain degree of irony, me talking about it like this, when, hello, content creator, creating content for social media to feed the machine. But I gotta make a living. And, content consumed and produced responsibly can still be beneficial to the world, I guess. This is why I should not be allowed to read 1984 again. I read it not too long ago, and oh, good grief, it was bad for my brain. I'm glad I read it, but it was bad for my brain. Year-old navigator. Oh, congratulations to your 13-year-old. I'm sure they're proud of it. And it's good that you're involved, Blanche. My parents still aren't really on social media. Although I'll admit that I'm not in close contact with them these days. But they just never really learnt about it. So I had to learn about social media on my own. Just blending out any areas that are kind of a harsh transition. I think we're good for the most part. Let my team yourself. I would give my 14-year-old self a stern talking to. I made a lot of stupid mistakes when I was growing up that I regret now, but most of them are confidence things, so. Very online people. That's good. It's good that you're able to give your kids that, especially today where it's so much more prevalent than it was when we were growing up. I don't know. It can be a wonderful tool, social media, but it can be used for all the wrong reasons too. Like anything, it's a pretty heavy double-edged sword. you're wondering what I'm doing here, it's just a quick light coat of Nurgle's Rot, which is this nice gooey slime effect paint. I want to kind of set around all this yellow that we're seeing. Oh, that's cute. Gacha animations based on Undertale? That's awesome. Oh, yeah. I have had... That's part of why I've not been online much the past few weeks. You know, being non-binary and having a trans partner is... It's tough to see all of that so much. And it's everywhere at the moment. Absolutely fucking everywhere. Yeah, and it's purely people fearing things that are different. Like, people are scared of what they don't understand. But instead of taking the time to understand it, they just attack. It's awful. It's a novel idea. Just leave people alone. They're not hurting anyone. They're not out to convert you to transness. They're just trying to live. And I really don't care if this gets me hate, because... Yeah, like... I'm not here to convince anyone that I'm valid, because I don't need to convince anyone. Human being. Human beings have an inherent right to live as they choose. That's amazing. That's so cool. I can see why they're growing a following. That's awesome. Oh, I don't even want to get into it, to be honest, Bunch. It's exhausting, is what it is. And it's part of the wider problem. Like, you know, the powers that be are coming after anyone who doesn't fit their idea of what a person should be like. And they're going to keep running down the list until it's just them left. And I don't care if that sounds paranoid, because it's true. And it's been something that folks have been warning about for years, and it's getting ignored time and time again. Just makes you wonder where it'll stop. I you know, being the token non-cis individual in my department, I actually, part of why I'm off work is for stress, due to, you know, fending off questions. And they're well-meaning, I guess, but I don't want to be the spokesperson for every LGBT issue that comes up. Yeah, that's not what I'm here for. Yeah, I'm just here to do a job. But it's hard. It is really, really hard at the moment to be different in any way. And the more obviously you are different, the harder it is. And it will never not be hard to be different, but it is exceptionally hard right now. Look on some of the other people's faces. Yeah, yeah. Well, there was the one that I used when someone was getting particularly persistent online. You know, the typical hiding behind an anonymous one. And I know I shouldn't have engaged, but I just turned around to them and went, why are you so interested in what's going on in someone else's pants? Because that's what it boils down to. All this argument about bathrooms, all this argument about, like, sports and all that sort of thing. It just boils down to being overly concerned about what someone else has got going on in their pants. You know, why does someone else's existence bother you so much? It's ridiculous. Yeah. I'm sure you get similar things, bunch, whenever any sort of neurodivergence is the hot button topic of the day. And, you know, I can tolerate the well-meaning ones, but it's the ones that are obviously meant to trip you up and be like, ah, I knew it. No, I'm not a spokesperson for every LGBT issue out there. I'm just me. And, you know, I'm very quietly LGBT. You know, I'm non-binary, but I don't make a big fuss about it 99% of the time. I'm pansexual, but you wouldn't necessarily know it unless I told you. Please just leave me alone. That's all I want. Has my associated research about trans issues. I understand wanting to know more. I fell in a bad terrible. Yeah. Honestly, it's easy to do. It is really easy to do, and I hold no ill will towards anyone who does when they set out with the best of intentions. Because they way the phrase things, it's so subtle, and it is so easy to be like, oh yeah, no, that's a good point, that's a good point. And then before you know it, you're in territory that's like, oh no, wait, this is not what I think. So I get you. At the risk of sounding, you know, paranoid or whatever, it's how people end up like this. It's not one day they woke up and decided violence most of the time. It's a subtle shifting and reframing of what you already believe in until eventually you don't recognize the opinions anymore. Yeah, seduction's a good word for it. And you're right, if you don't already know, it's very easy to get drawn in. Especially when it's in, you know, it's in our supposed free journalism, it's in our social media, it's in TV, it's in everything. That's why it's so exhausting. It's everywhere. And the overwhelming majority of trans, non-binary, LGBT folks that I know just want to be left alone. For me, I literally just want to disappear into the forest and become a tree half the time. Like, I don't want a human half the time because I'm tired. I am a tired individual. I don't have the energy to recruit people to my evil gender norm defying ways. And I'm joking because humor is the only way that I can deal with this. I joke because otherwise I'd cry. As cliche as it sounds. Because I don't understand how people can hate me just for existing. Because people hear non-binary and they instantly hate you. And I'm using that in a broad term. I'm hysterical sometimes because I'm not arguing for an ideology or opinion. Yeah, they're fighting for the right to exist. Yeah. This isn't an opinion. I just want to... I'm not even asking people to accept it. That's the thing. You can say that it's wrong or whatever. Just don't stop me trying to exist because you disagree. Just leave me alone. It's like, oh, well, we're not coming after you because you look like a woman. But no, if you're coming after trans people, you're still coming after me. You're coming after people who don't pass, you're still coming after the people who do as well. Just because I pass as a woman doesn't mean that I'm any less affected by people denying trans people's rights to exist. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I'm lucky to pass because I can, stealth. I can go undetected if I want to. If you looked at me, you wouldn't assume that I was anything other than straight white female. But that's not the point. It shouldn't matter. And it shouldn't be a benefit to look like a stereotypical female. It's exhausting. It's the only word for it is exhausting to have to fight all the time. I don't know. What I'm saying is, if you know someone who's trans, non-binary, anything under that banner, check in on them occasionally, because they're probably not okay. It's hard. It's hard being out in the open. Actually, not nice people that go actually out to get me. It does. It does. I have been fortunate to have had very minor experiences of targeted harassment. I've had some. You know, I have had former partners not take the ending of a relationship well. And I've had former friends attempt to target me for things. Luckily that didn't work too well, but that's beside the point. But in the grand scheme of things, it's relatively minor. I'm lucky in that my city is fairly accepting of LGBT people, LGBTQ plus. But yeah, it shouldn't be down to luck, is what I'm trying to say. It shouldn't have to come down to that. And knowing that, I mean, my government, my very government, the people who are meant to make the laws that change my entire life, they deny that non-binary people exist. Non-binary people have no legal standing in the UK. So that's fun as well. But that's a whole nother kettle of fish that I don't want to get into. And it does damage how you see the world. I have to make a conscious choice to see the world differently to how I experience it. I choose to see the best in people. Have you lovely lot to help me with that? But it's not always easy. Yeah. Like I said, check on your people. Know that they are not alone. Let them know that they're not alone. Let them know that you don't care. It helps. And if you're worried, just ask them, you know, is there anything I can do? Be an ear, be a shoulder to cry on, whatever they need. Because it is hard. Just let them know the whole world doesn't hate them. Even if it might seem like it occasionally. Anyway. I don't mean to get so heavy. It's a lot for a Sunday morning, I know. I'm sorry. Don't worry, folks. I'm not going anywhere. Know that I will keep being who I am. What I am. And know that it's safe for you to be who you are here. I'll accept you as you are. I don't need explanations or justifications. You are who you are, and that's okay. No, you don't need to apologize, Bunch. It's you're not alone in you know it's it's a topic that's probably bothering a lot of people right now. I know it's certainly bothering me, even though I don't really talk about it. It's good to get those things out in the open sometimes. Whenever there is a topic like this, whether it's LGBT stuff, depression, yeah, anything. If you know someone who is affected by it, definitely just reach out to them. Whether it's, just a quick message to say hi, I'm thinking of you, or something a little more meaningful. It does make a difference. Because sometimes the worst thing about these is that it feels like you're all alone dealing with it. Yeah, much love. Much love to all of you. Like I said, if it wasn't for you guys, I'd have given up a long time ago. This lovely community has given me more hope and faith in humanity than I will ever be able to adequately express. For every terrible interaction that I have online or that I see against people like me, there's 100 with you guys that make it all that more easier to deal with. But y'all might have noticed while I've been talking, been adding some details in here. I've been going around with probably the most well-known paint, Bluff of the Boglot. Just adding a little bit of interest. I'm very quickly coming up to being finished with this guy. So one of the things I want to do is decide where all these go. Actually, this goes up here. Maybe not. Maybe this one goes up here. That one goes here. And the short one goes over here. And some very interesting WHS instant results. NHS. Not sure what that acronym is. I think we might call it something different here. Yeah, we got some. Oh, work health and safety. Yeah. I mean, if you saw one of these, it would definitely classify as an incident. If you could find anyone to report to, I'm sure they'd appreciate it. And then they'd probably run away screaming. Or, you know, they'd stumble away rather happy as a little poxwalker, who knows. Because the bells and stuff aren't attached, I need to tip this. Only a little. But yeah, I'm gonna call this pretty much done. Oh, there goes one of the bells. That's fine. This is all the detailing and stuff. This is why ah, and there's another one. I left the bells detachable because they actually look kind of better being able to swing a little bit. Swing and move. I like the dynamic movement. But yeah, that's I'm gonna call it finished. It's our little Miasmic Malignifier. Thank you for the hydrate, Indy. I appreciate it. I don't even know how many sessions this took. It took a few sessions. It's a chimney that spouts out Nurgle's rot effectively. So it's a disease that turns you into a super happy zombie. Oh, that's so fun. Oh, Punch. Thank you. No. This was fun. It was a lot of fun to paint. Thank you, Indy. I appreciate it. I'll put proper photos up when I can take them. Yeah, showing some close-ups of the details. But yeah, it was actually surprisingly easy once I got it set in my mind as to how I wanted it to look. Yeah, really happy with that. So I'm gonna leave that there before I ruin it by overworking it. Yeah. If you see one of these around, it's probably already too late. You're probably already in trouble. But it's fine. Nuggles Rot makes you happy. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there for today. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna come back next week with some longer streams. Sign me the fuck up, right? Sounds good, huh? Bring the zombie and nothing more to do than exist. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there for today. I'll be back next week with some longer streams. I was gonna raid, but the person I was gonna raid is down the fine, so no raids today. Yeah, thank you all very much for joining me. The VOD for this will be up, and photos will be up next week. So keep an eye out for those. If you don't already know where to find them, most of the stuff goes up on YouTube or on Instagram. I can't remember my own commands now. There we go. You can find all the stuff there. Instagram is where you get all the photos and stuff. So if you want to see all the fancy close-ups, that's the best place to look. And Twitter for all of the other stuff, the shit posting and the socials and the place where I'm most active, probably. I'm gonna go get some rest because apparently I need it. But thank you all very much for joining me. hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now, folks.